Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Deb and Nina V Show.
I'm Deb.
And I'm Nina. So today we're talking about, it's a topic that we've been transitioning into for a while, and we're so excited to bring it up to you guys, right? Spirituality, okay? Now, everyone's been talking about it, it feels like for the past few years.
Yes.
What is it and what is it's not?
Right. And everyone, even as they evolve as individuals, they, start to create their own definitions of what it is. And it could be mix and match of, the truth and, what's false. So we wanted to dive into that really and expand that conversation today.
Okay, and before we dive in, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, okay? So what is it not? What is spiritually not?
Well, for those of you who think it's a cult, it's not.
Okay.
There is no set of specific, beliefs or rules or whatever,
right.
What you may call it, that, to follow when it comes to spirituality.
Okay, it is not tarot card readings. And listen, I love a good tarot card reading. I do it myself, but it is not just that. Okay, so we're not going to give our power from something that's external from us.
Right. It's not a religion, okay? So cut it out. Would those of you who think, it's religious people who are usually spiritual, actually they're very unrelated, okay? Because spirituality doesn't require you to have blind faith or to be obedient or, it doesn't require rules. It's actually the very opposite of all those things I mentioned.
Okay, spirituality is not crystals. I get it, okay? Crystals are alive, they're conscious, okay? I love crystals, but if you're making that your whole personality of what spirituality is, cut it out because it's not just that.
And it's not traditions, okay? It's not about the family traditions that's been going on for decades or whatever in your family tree. That's not what it is. It's actually the opposite, because it questions everything. It requires you to actually have a free mind. So it's definitely not traditions.
Okay, and it's not hippie stuff, okay? Like, we get it. We love a good hippie, whatever, but it's not just free frolicking in the woods
and not wearing deodorant.
Right. Keep your deodorant on, sis, all right? There are other ways to express your spirituality besides these things that it's not, because it's not just inclusive to this, right?
Exactly. So since we kind of give you an idea of what it's not, let's talk a little bit more about what it is, right?
Yes.
Because spirituality is good for everyone, and we're going to tell you why. Because first of all, it has to do with your philosophy.
Yes.
Everyone has a certain philosophy that they have about life, and that's, I guess it could include beliefs or it may not, but either way, it's your philosophy as a human being, that's more like spirituality.
Okay, what it is metaphysics, okay? It's questioning, asking yourself deep questions about reality. Like, why are we here? What's our purpose? Things that just makes you think critically, right? About who you are as an individual.
Exactly. It is freeing your mind, opening your mind to these different type of thoughts, and questioning things that are traditional, and just basically encouraging you to think for yourself. That's more like spirituality. It's independent.
Ooh, love that. Yeah. What it is that it is not being a victim to your circumstances. Okay, like, enough with the why me? Why is this happening to me? Why did my car broke down? Why this and that? Enough. All right, like, you literally are becoming a victim to all of these things, not realizing that you internally can control that, or at least control your reaction to these circumstances.
Yes, spirituality is more like taking the responsibility for seeing how you played a role in creating this reality that you dislike. Okay, so take the responsibility for what you've done. That's spirituality.
Okay, and even going off of that, like, we all know that we are all thoughts, frequencies, and vibration.
Yes.
It is taking that responsibility of who you are innately even down to your smallest molecules. I mean, and atoms. I mean, guys, come on now. How you put yourself out there in the world, everything is vibrating and have that frequency aligning with you, or even disalignment if you're not walking in that purpose. So take hold of that.
Yes, it is about diving deep within yourself, finding your inner peace, finding your wholeness, because that's what it's really about. Once you learn more about yourself, you can better interact with the world outside of you, right? That's just what it is. That's spirituality.
Okay, and going back to the questions again, questions, and questions. Question yourself, why do you think the way you think? Why are this person behaving the way they are? I mean, it has a psychological aspect to it, along with that philosophy.
And it is about accepting the facts as they are versus creating ideologies about the world. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about worshiping a specific idea, you know? It's more so about living in harmony. You know, seeing what is, like, you know, there are the trees, there's the, you know, all other animals. Like, come on. Like, it's all about living in harmony with all of these other existence that is here with us.
Okay, what it is too is a consciousness above your ego. We all know we have an ego, right? And we are created just as we are perfect. So the ego has its place. But at the same time, spirituality is checking that ego.
Absolutely.
Seeing why that ego is trying to keep you in that confined safement. Because it has its role, right? I mean, poor ego just want to protect us, keep us safe in a box. But listen, we're not here to be safe in a box. We're here to also tell the ego, we're moving past that. We've been there, done that. And, you know, expanding that consciousness of that ego.
Exactly. Because that's the one thing that ego can do as well. Like, it keeps you within limits, right? It actually triggers fears and other things that put you back anyway. So let's get that clear as far as what spirituality is, okay, and what it is not. And now that we have an idea of what it is, we thought maybe we'd, I don't know, help you guys with some questions that you might ask yourself. And some of you might also have already been in the journey of exploring your spirituality without knowing what it actually is. So let's dive into some of those questions.
Yes, okay, we love practical questions that you could ask yourself. So go ahead and dive in that first one.
All right, so the first one I have here is, what aspects of nature or the universe remind me of the interconnectedness of all life? Okay, because it's not just us here, like I said before, and we need to find a way to connect with everything, every living being that is here.
Okay, including aliens and extraterrestrials.
Okay, come on now, wake up.
Okay, so what we have here for number 2 is, how can I forgive myself and others to release any lingering resentment or negativity? I mean, this question, I can't answer it for you. Okay, you got to answer that question. And that's a great thing about spirituality. It's always inner knowing, interconnectedness. It's all about you being your own guru.
Absolutely. And the next one we have here is, what is my soul's purpose and how can I express it in this lifetime? A lot of us question why we're here. You know what I mean? What are we supposed to be doing here? So that's a metaphysical question, you know, which relates to your spirituality, things that you should be diving in deep within yourselves to find the answers to.
Okay, because we definitely came here for a reason. And so you definitely want to complete the assignment, quote unquote, while we're having this human experience.
Period.
We want A's across the board, guys. So one of my other favorite questions is, how can I show more gratitude and appreciation for the blessings in my life? It is so easy to fall into these things of lack, right? The lack of this, I don't have this, comparing yourself to others. But that's not what being spiritual is about, okay? It's really finding and being present to what the blessings that you have right now in your life. Because I don't care what you're going through, you have to be able to at least find one blessing, one thing you're grateful for in your life.
Absolutely. And lastly, what actions can I take to contribute positively to the well-being of others and the world around me? Because go figures, if you were, you know, the only person in the world, then everything you do would serve you. But it's not like that. We're actually here for each other, hence why there's so many of us, right? So it's the team effort. It's the, you know, figuring out how you can benefit others, how you can benefit society, how do you contribute? You know, those are spiritual questions, believe it or not.
Exactly. Because now in this world, a lot of people are like you said, revolving around me, self-centered. What can you do for me? But no, what can you do for them? What can you do for those people out there?
And better yet, what can you do for yourself?
Okay. Because listen, God is tired of you calling on him, child.
Seriously. Stop it with the, Jesus, take the wheel. Take the responsibility. He's not going to do nothing.
All right.
And if anything, he helps those who help themselves. Come on now.
Which is big on what spirituality is about, guys. So I hope this video was enlightening for those who are beginning their journey, for those who've been on this spiritual journey for some time, because listen, we are going through a great awakening.
Yes.
So this has been going on for decades, right? For those who've been going on your experience, go ahead and comment some stuff that's been helping you get through this journey, because a lot of people think it's rainbows and sunshine, and
it's not.
Let me break it down to you. Spirituality is not that. Not only that, okay? It's a lot of purging. It's a lot of reprogramming your mind. It's a lot of crying and darkness too, okay? That involves spirituality.
And then bringing yourself up out of it into the light.
Like the phoenix.
Light as in consciousness, guys. Come on, you know, this is not
Put the lighter down.
Like, really. But these are all great things to consider. And if you have more questions, you know, metaphysical questions that we have missed, because we only went through a few of them, add them in the comments. You know, let's expand this conversation.
Exactly. Guys, well, thank you for tuning in with us, okay? Because this is definitely going to be something that we're going to dive in deeper into further videos. So we drop videos like this every single week. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you have not, and we will see you guys next week.
Bye.